I've played a lot of Valorant recently and it's great. You get games where you're completely cracked, getting tens of kills and feel like a god. Games where enemies seem to just gravitate towards your crosshair and nothing can stop you. Of course, this happens in most games, right? Right? You see, I've played a lot of Valorant recently and it's awful. You get games where you play better if you just repeatedly smash the mouse into the keyboard. Most of the enemy team is smurfs and the rest of your team is somehow doing worse than you. Wow, this game can be frustrating. For those of you who haven't played Valorant, it's a 5v5 hero shooter FPS inspired by CSGO. I never played CSGO, which is my excuse for being in silver.
Reloading. There they are. Down.
One enemy remaining.
Done.
Valorant's uniqueness comes in the hero roster, which allows you to choose between being useful or not. Unlike games like Overwatch, most abilities don't have a cooldown, and those that do are pretty long, so while abilities are very important, you won't be constantly using them. These abilities give you a tactical advantage in the forms of smokes, flashes and repositioning, but they don't kill. Right, Riot? Anyway, that's Sova. He's a bow and arrow guy. One of his voice lines is, "A bow and arrow is old fashioned, but sometimes old ways are best." Now I'm not an expert, what old fashioned bow looks like this. Or this. Whatever. There are a total of 17 agents in the game, with more coming in the future. Let's give a little summary of the rest, keeping in mind that I know literally nothing about the lore, and this is just meant for comedic purposes. Also remember that I'm in low elo and might have a different experience with the agents than you do. Jet is the game's poster girl and she is fun due to her high mobility, letting her attack from different angles in quick succession, including a dash, then get out of danger, and the ability to go back in time. Oh, wait, that's Tracer. Wow, they're really similar, my bad guys. Raze is also mobile and can have some of the coolest gameplay out of any agent. Just watch a Flights video. Unfortunately, to put it nicely, your teammate is likely not Flights. Valorant describes duelists as self-sufficient fraggers, and Reyna fits that mold pretty well. Twice around she can heal herself after a kill. This makes almost killing her very painful, as you remember mid call out that she's not one shot and has healed most of the damage before you finish speaking. Phoenix is a flash, and your Phoenix teammate wants you to know this. At least I assume that's why I get flashed every time I go around a corner with him. Yoru's just kinda there. There being behind you, just hoping that you're deaf, I guess. Skye loves animals. In fact, she likes them so much that she summons birds to blow up in enemies' faces and dogs to throw at them. Oh, sorry, Tasmanian tigers, an extinct species. Peter would have a field day. Breach is one of the original initiators and his kit is about not letting you do things, making sure you can't see, can barely shoot or move, and also stopping you from staying behind cover. Such fun. Kairi's most unique aspect is the ability to stop the enemy from using their abilities, because why wouldn't you want to take the hero parts out of the hero shooter? Shut up CSGO fans. Brimstone is what happens if you take a basic character mold and then just put them in the game. He's used for his smokes and his ultimate is uncharacteristically cool. Viper's lineups allow her to block vision of key areas and prevent the enemy from defusing, which is great, but I guess it can get a bit too ability focused sometimes. It still amazes me that with the ability to teleport anywhere on the map at the push of a button, most Omen players I come across use it to teleport behind the whole enemy team, who have now obviously all turned around. Astra is an agent that I don't understand, will probably never play, and I'm always surprised to see in game. Whenever I see an Astra, it's an unexpected reminder that they exist. Probably because at my skill level, nobody knows how to play her. Killjoy is called Killjoy because it's no goddamn fun to play against her. You want to walk through the choke, now you're vulnerable. You want to walk onto site, there's a turret. You want to defuse the spike, the Killjoy on the other side of the map, where you can't touch her, has just prevented that. And of course, standing on site is far too much. Hover will stop that. What a fun character. Cypher feels like he has influence over the whole map. He can have tripwires and a camera on B after he's rotated to A. His camera means he can tell exactly where you are as long as he's standing still and looking at his phone, and you don't shoot the camera that's pointed at you. Sage is probably the most obvious support character as she has a rechargeable heal and her ultimate is a res. This means that everyone will at some point be pressured by the in-slot duelist into playing her. Thank you to those of you out there who play her regularly, it means I don't have to. Chamber is a really fun agent, even if he only has one ability with an especially original design. Seriously, his bot thing is just a combination of Sage and Killjoy, and his Sheriff and Operator are a Sheriff and Operator, which are a bit better with less ammo. I think he's a good agent who's fun to play, but very OP in Spike Rush. Okay, so while the guns are very important, if I try to go in depth with all of them, it's going to be super boring, so I'll try and make this quick. The choice between the classic and ghost at the start of each half poses the question, do you want abilities or one-shot headshot? Headshot not guaranteed. On the other half, the sheriff poses the question, do you want to miss almost all of your shots? Hey, at least you get a nice clip sometimes. The short is probably my least used gun in the game. I never really wanted to use it except after watching a Kami video. Damn, that guy's good. Using the frenzy kinda just feels like gambling on whether the recoil gods smile on me today. Typically they do not. The stinger. The bulldog.
Kills remaining.
And the Guardian are in similar situations, being guns that are fine but with better alternatives, so to be honest, I barely use them. The Spectre. It's the Phantom but worse, I guess. Like, what do you want me to say? It's the Spectre. It's the epitome of... okay. The Phantom. It's the Spectre but better. And arguably the Vandal were better, but hey, I like hitting one taps. Not that I do very often.
This is less than ideal.
Ah yes, the Ares. The most fun gun to play against. Why did you get a buff? I have no idea. Some people say that it's to make people use it and then they'll reverse the buff and then there'll be still some people using it afterwards. But for now, it's so annoying. Oh, but this?
Get out of my way!
Scanning ahead. Enemy spotted B. Found them.
That's just outplaying them. It's much less annoying. Nobody hits you up. It is so much fun when the whole team just decides to peek you at mid. Like, what were you expecting to happen? It's not like I dropped the gun after hitting your teammate. I still have it, and will use it to shoot you. The one good thing about the Odin being as brainless as it is that the people using it aren't always the brightest.
Enemy mark.
One enemy remaining.
The judge sure is a gun, for some reason. Don't ask me why they put it into the game, but hey, if it means my teammate can do this, then I'll take it. The Marshal is one of the most satisfying weapons to get good at. Just take a look at this awesome 4 gag over there. Great gun. Okay, I guess I should put some form of conclusion at the end here, so here it goes. Valorant is the most annoying game I've ever played, but sometimes it's fun. That's the conclusion. And actually that's the video. I might make a follow-up after I get a bit more experience in the game, but this has been my thoughts on it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch at LuckyLuke92. Okay, have a nice day.